You know why we be rating her? Because I put us on that. Yeah. Gang shit, bitch. Gang shit, bitch. Yeah. I'm bad at my job. I'm just gonna admit it now.
Talking Normies Podcast.
I can't hear you quite well.
Well, he said he's bad at his job. Oh no!
Is your golden dot pointing towards you?
Yes, it is. Everybody double check your golden dots. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Talking Normies Podcast, a podcast in which you get to hang out and talk with normies. Now, as the podcast has been changing over time, we've changed our cast drastically.
No, I think I'm
Who are all of
allergic to
these
one of
guys? Who am I? I'm Chris Talk a Bunch Johnson.
I'm a Pat, and I think I'm allergic to one of y'all, man. Ever since I was down here, my mind has just been going.
I'm Spidey. It's me. I'm blessed with the graces of nature.
Nice.
This is the Punjabi wasabi. It's Mickey.
Oh, shit. He said he's got that spicy Punjab for you. That's tight. I fuck with it.
Spicy Punjab.
Bro, you got pink eye from eating too much ass.
That's exactly how that happens.
Can you get
That's
pink
the
eye
only
eating too
way.
much ass?
That is the only way it happens.
Right? Yeah. If it, that's why you gotta catch the booty out the shower. That way it's the cleanest.
You're licking dirty butt.
Oh no, Chester.
Dirty butt.
You
Dirty
have
butt.
remained inside.
Marquetta, will you let Chester out?
Will you grab my son?
He's so scared.
He look at him. Oh my god.
He's so scared.
Chester looks like a sentient sausage, and he's not a wiener dog.
Chill, but
Sentient sausage. Come here, sausage.
he does, man. Like when he jumps, like he turns into a bullet. Like
Yeah, he does.
The
That's
shape of his
funny.
head, like he's very aerodynamic in the air.
Yeah.
I wonder what
Dude, you know what?
his ancestors were.
Since he's so aerodynamic in the air,
still
you should
haven't
do like
done
long jumping distance contests with him, man.
Yeah, I got to get him more active.
His ancestors were a hot dog and a street rat. I love him to
Master
death.
Splinter.
He's the muddiest mutt of all mutts.
Oh, for sure.
Straight
Yeah.
scrappy dude. It's my boy.
I need to
scrappy.
do a
Oh, no.
DNA thing with him. Yeah.
Marquetta has called Chester the platypus of dogs.
Chester the platypi.
So I suppose he stings and lays eggs. I'm not surprised.
accurate.
All right, y'all. So check it. We're going to start out with the weekend catch up because we've been gone for a minute, but now we back. I was saying earlier that I'm bad at my job for two reasons. One, we will get into later, and three is that I still haven't changed the music. I don't even know why I keep saying I'm going to anymore. I have
noticed it.
I just haven't done it, and I'm going to put it on my to-do list for next week. And if I don't do it, then I will drink Malort on camera, a whole 16-ounce
That
glass.
don't count.
Chris,
That's
That
dessert
is
to you.
disgusting.
Once I figure out the RC 505, we should all collectively beatbox a new music on podcast, and then you can refine it into an actual tune.
Okay, I'm down.
You know what's funny is
I already have a
I-
track.
Okay, well then go for that.
I think I've sat and seen Chris make like 3 different beats since he said that.
All right, listen. This is what we'll do. The track that I have now will be our new intro, and then when Mickey gets good at his beat machine, we will all collectively make an outro.
Nah, man, you can't rush art. You make a few more beats and figure out the one that's.
No, I got the one I like. I keep singing it to myself. No one else knows that it's the new intro except for me because I keep doing it. Anyway, weekend catch up. It's been about 2 whole entire weeks. What have you Goombas been up to?
Ooh, 2 weeks. Damn, fuck. What did I do?
I mean, there was a dog birthday involved.
Yes, there was a dog
Nisa
birthday.
had a dog birthday.
Yeah.
And then there was also Sydney's going away party.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That I think most of us were involved with.
Well, let's start with the going away party, and we can work our way backwards.
Okay.
How was that going away party?
Low key, I was surprised it was popping. I thought we old now.
Yeah.
And you got a house in the burbs.
Well, Sydney's
My
not. so-
house is not in the suburbs. I will not be locating where my house is at. It is not in the suburbs.
Listen, it's kind of the burbs, bro. Okay.
We're in the suburbs now.
You're not in the city. You're not in the city.
I'm in a quieter neighborhood in the
You're
city.
not- no, you're not.
I'm
You're not in the
still
city.
within the city limits.
City
Yeah.
adjacent. That's not the burb.
It's not the burbs.
It's
not the
burbish. It's burbish.
It's burbish.
All right.
If I'm in the burbs, then y'all live in farmlands up here.
Right.
No, this is suburbs.
I mean, we kind of do.
But anyways, for where you live in and how old we are, I was like, hey, this is gonna be like a few people just chilling. We come in there, man. It remind me like old school, like apartment 13. College party. I was like, oh fuck, all these people, a lot of people, everyone, everywhere.
Yeah, man. We go ham. There's a little bit of a lot of mushroom chocolate, and there's still a piece at my house, and it's in my fridge. Because at the end of the night, somebody was like, if you want to microdose this, I was like, look, it's like 3 a.m. All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm kind of drunk and I'm a little tired. I think I'm going to go to sleep. Like, if you want to microdose this mushroom chocolate, I was like, no, I'll just put it in the fridge.
Oh, man.
But now I think what's going to happen is I'm going to forget. You should be like, oh, chocolate. Anyway,
Do it. Just do it,
Just
Chris.
Let yourself
Have a day.
forget.
That's when you're going to make the beat for the new intro.
Man, to be in your 20s again, just 3 a.m. be like, Yeah, all right.
You know how like every once in a while you'd be like, man, I wish I knew these things when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about drugs.
Same.
A lot of time, like,
Probably
you get
would've
older,
ruined you,
I'm just
man.
like, you know what? I'm 30. I'll be 33 this year. It's probably time to take another dose of acid. Like,
You left and came back to the party and then unabashedly smashed a bunch of Taco Bell. Oh, also, my Ring camera is like a dissertation of people hanging out on the porch. Just like every time anyone comes out. But
Can you download the footage and make something out of it?
it's just people being like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I can probably do that.
that'd be hilarious. Oh my God, what do we talk about on the? I was on the porch for a little bit. What do we talk about?
Chris,
I don't know what we talked about. What was that too?
I don't remember, but music video idea.
Yeah.
It takes place on your porch, and it's all Ring camera.
Oh, Ring camera. All right. That's doable.
That's very possible.
Yeah, Spidey was saw you enjoyed the little gathering. It's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Came through, had some. Yeah, Mickey, you came through too, right? You were already downtown.
For a bit, yeah.
It was
It
one
was
of those.
fun. By the way, Sydney is one of our former editors, and she. Were you about to?
No, you lay it up.
Okay, yeah. Sydney is one of our former editors and good friend, and she's growing up and moving on to places. So we were celebrating her leaving.
Yeah. I had I think 5 people stay on my couch. Gina had an air mattress in her car for whatever reason, and I was like, oh, yeah. So I literally came. I kept coming downstairs, like I kept forgetting that anyone was home, and like Marquetta, I don't like to use the bathroom upstairs all the time because like I have to turn the light on and the light connects to the fan, and I feel like I'm waking her up. I kept going downstairs like in my underwear, being like, oh fuck, there's people here. Shit. Kept forgetting, but all in all, good night, good party. I didn't get too drunk. I just don't. I talked to so many people about so many different things. Like I barely remember any of the conversations I had.
If I still lived in the city, I probably would have gotten hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have got hammered if I was living there, but I was like, plus the hookah just was a
But,
bad vibe for me too.
But we had to be responsible.
Somebody melted part of my hookah.
But listen, it said aluminum. Well, I didn't know it was aluminum. It was metal, and it looked like metal. Y'all can't front it. It looked like metal.
Aluminum is indeed metal. Last time I checked.
Yeah. But first off,
Was it aluminum or tin?
No.
Yeah, what happened?
But
What happened?
The thing was designed to hold coals. So why did it burn it?
It's designed to cover coals.
No, it wasn't. No, it was
It's the thing designed to hold coals, but.
Oh, well then what the
So
hell?
what?
Yeah, I don't know why it melted.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all.
You had
this,
superheated coals?
no. This is what happened. I like my hookah with these shitty $1 coals.
It's
all right?
like coals.
The self-lighting boys.
It gives you the cigarette nasty burnt taste.
Sure. Fine, because I don't have a refined palate. I'm admitting that, right? Straight up, right? I was just like, those are the coals I like. You can light them with a lighter or a candle, and they're good to go.
You didn't even have any more of those.
Pat comes by. I did not. We did run out. So Pat comes by, and he's got these fancy, big old square fucking
coconut coals.
coconut coals, which I can never get hot enough. I tried to get them on my stove, can't get them hot enough. So I come out, and someone has Marquetta brought out our camp stove, which is a little butane thing with a little like actual stove attachment that we take camping, so we can like cook food while we're camping. And Pat's like trying to get this coal lit, right? And it's just not working. Come back around. He's got the aluminum thing sitting on top of the stove with the coals in it now, right? Officially heating up. Next thing I know, it is just dripping hot magma onto our table. And I was like, oh my God. So we're like scrambling to put out what is potentially about to be a fucking 5-alarm fire.
And this is late-ish in the night. So
Late-ish in the night. And mind
everybody's
you,
drunk.
How do you, it's just aluminum. It's melted aluminum like on the table.
How
like,
do you put it out? What do you-
right? I don't even know. I don't know what. I don't know how we took care
I
of the
would
problem.
take the
That's a
coal
water
to the
problem.
sink and then pour some water on
That's
it.
the coal.
That's a water
There's
thing.
hot aluminum stuck to
I'd
the
pour
table.
water on
Just, we finally get this shit put out. My table now has a forever dark spot on it, like Jupiter.
Well, you should like sand it or like turn it into art or
So
something. You know?
there's the thing is,
it gives age to the table.
yeah. So with the table, we got it in the garage from the apartment that we were moving from. Someone was throwing it away. We're like, oh, we'll get it and we'll restore it. And it's just been collecting stains now. And so now I
gonna be
literally
Jackson
spent
Pollock
this
video.
whole week like sanding it. So it's in my backyard right now, and it's like all the way naked. And we're about to like oh shit, it got rained on a little bit. It'll be fine. We're gonna restain it and kind of. So yeah, I had to take a whole entire table apart because this man dripped magma onto my shit.
I'm gonna buy you a hot plate, and we will never have that problem again.
You're really just buying me fancy hookah stuff so you can come over and smoke fancy
That is
hookah, aren't
exactly
you?
why he's doing
He
it.
got me the nice hookah and the thing that goes on top of it. So now he's gonna be like, I brought you a hot plate, bro. So that way.
There you go.
But thank you, I appreciate it, and I do like smoking that fucking hookah. But yeah, so
Eli said you did it yourself. Eli's in the chat.
what?
Said you burned your own table.
Eli, I didn't.
He put it.
Hold on.
Oh, did I just get gaslit?
No, oh no.
Live. Gaslit.
Oh no, Eli was there. Eli, oh fuck.
Eli said,
And Eli was sober because he came late, so we know.
he said you did it to yourself.
Well, shit. Well, now Marquette is gonna find out, and she's gonna be like, "You deserve to sit in that table." Fuck. So before that, I was out in New Orleans. That's why we didn't have the last podcast. I was out of town. New Orleans was super Gucci. We went for Ketty's birthday. Marquetta is hard to do birthdays for because she doesn't like things. She likes experiences. I can't just get her some earrings and be like, happy birthday. And I'm shit at planning. But planning this trip, we took Amtrak down there. We really like trains. I know that it takes longer. But the best part was just kind of being on the train and not having to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's that, like, if you fly, I feel like every time I've flown to do a vacation, it's like, all right, get up, go. You try to really maximize your time, and then you come back tired. You know what I mean? Yeah. And with this, at least we had this train ride, and that was nice. And the only downside is that the train from Chicago to New Orleans doesn't really show you anything nice. It's like Illinois,
yeah, it's
blink,
like
and then you're like, oh, Mississippi, and then you're like, oh, abject poverty for 100 miles.
Oh, God.
You're just driving through the back towns that are like, oh, that building's blown over, that building's burnt down. Jesus Christ. It's like, how are people still living here?
Dang.
And then it's like, New Orleans, woo! Swamp, NOLA. So, super tight. We saw a dude feed some gators. Walked around, did some Bourbon Street shit. We ate so much good food.
Did you eat any gator?
I did. Yeah, of course. Nice. Got to eat gator. I had some charbroil oysters, which were like my favorite thing down there. Just so much of the Creole food. I literally became the heaviest that I've ever been in my life. So I've been on a very strict diet since. Working my way down and riding the old bike. And me and Marquette got matching tattoos. This is mine. It's peeling a little bit.
Yeah.
So don't judge me. It says, be a good ancestor. I know you guys can't see it. Marquette got hers too. And the dude that tatted us did Lil Wayne and Baby.
What?
Damn.
Which was tight.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Right, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I was really surprised, and I was like, oh, I guess this is a popular tattoo shop, and we're in New Orleans.
That tracks. Probably what that was.
Fucking, yeah.
That tracks.
I got a friend who lives out there, and actually I got two friends that live out there, and they both took us around, and we did some really cool stuff, and we got to go off the beaten path a bit. There's just so much culture and history that we didn't get into that I really wanted to, and I think, if anything, this is going to sound weird, it kind of connects me like back to, I feel like voodoo's tight. I feel like voodoo's tight because it's the answer to like you know, so you got all those colonies down there, the Spanish and the French both held it for a while, and they're very Catholic. And then you got the Africans that are being brought over against their will, and they're bringing like part of their African traditions with them. And then so like, you know, Catholics see that and they're like, what the fuck is that? What is that shit? That's some devil shit. Don't do that. And it's like a mixing of both cultures where you get like, there's like voodoo stores and shit and like all these ghost tours, and there's like a vampire house that's like, oh yeah, the vampire Lestat, that dude, he's based off of a guy who lived here. And you get all that, and it feels like voodoo is just the answer to like, people are like, do Catholic, and they're like, no. We're doing voodoo because you don't like the weird shit we're doing. It just feels like Africans doing like the shit that they're just like, yeah, this is just what we do. And people are like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, I don't know. What is it?
You just talked bad out of ever going to New Orleans.
Can you get custom voodoo dolls made?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude.
Literally.
Sick.
Hey,
there's like so many witch stores.
I'm going to get one myself and put money in its pocket.
You mentioned this one time while we were watching Midsommar. You said, don't eat the spaghetti.
Don't eat the spaghetti.
Can you explain that?
Do you remember in Midsommar with the
yeah,
all right,
I know what it is, but
there's an old school voodoo trope, Creole women that they'll put a little bit of menstrual blood in the spaghetti and you'll fall in love with them.
That's a matter.
And they'll just, I would like to point out, Project Pat has a line, voodoo spaghetti. That's what he's talking about there. Even MF Doom, I was listening to an MF Doom song while I was getting my tattoo done, and he said something about like, don't eat the spaghetti. Or there's another thing too about they'll bury your drawers in the backyard so you can't leave the house or some shit. Don't fuck with voodoo women, bro. They got
I want to start an Italian restaurant in NOLA called Voodoo Spaghetti.
No one's ever eaten it.
No, so everyone's gonna eat there, and it's gonna be a problem.
Sauce so good, you'll fall in love. Like, voodoo shit. I also like to point out in Midsommar, she did put blood in that tea. That shit was obviously told that it was gonna happen, and guess what happened? He hit and got her pregnant.
Yeah,
they got that. They got that Scandinavian voodoo. I don't know if there's a word for that.
That's a fucked up movie.
Pat, are you gonna survive?
Voodoo.
I don't know what's
Anyway,
happening.
you look. So, moral of the story is this: go to New Orleans. Very fun on partying. You can bring one drink out of a plate. All the drinks are to go. You can go from one spot to another. We literally went to a place and the line was too long, so we went across the street and got appetizers. We had a pound of crawfish, and then we saw that the line was short when we went back over there to eat. We were like restaurant hopping, like you bar hop.
Damn.
Shit was insane.
I'm all the way for that.
Oh yeah. Oh, and there's a alley where they used to hang pirates, and there's a fucking park where the slaves used to go to play drums, and a bunch of jazz music got invented there, and it's just so much history.
Damn.
Yeah, man, that's one of my bucket list places.
2-hour flight, bro. Take yourself. So, with that being said,
Pat, do you need to?
Yeah, I'm about to go get a Kleenex, man.
all right, yeah, guys, we got to get Pat out of here. He's fighting a vicious bout of pink eye, and we don't want him to go down on the stream. I'm trying to pull up the chat. I can't.
We got it over here.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, while we're waiting for Pat to come back, because I really want him to speak on the next topic. Well, what did you get? What did you get? What's going on new with y'all?
See, you're asking me about the last 2 weeks. Time doesn't work like that for me.
What are you doing in the future? Ride your bike. Why haven't you ridden your bike?
Okay. Well, I guess I'm on a creative journey this year. This is my creative glow up. So I'm working on some personal projects on the side. Went and hung out with my brother-in-law. He's got a freaking dope studio.
You won't bring me for some
I'll get
reason.
you guys there one time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to just be like, but can I bring all? Yeah, I'm
Just playing, man. I'm a
What
good
an
musician.
asshole.
I'll do some cool
Oh no,
stuff.
I've already
What
told.
an asshole.
I've already told him about you. I told him you're the music guy.
I just want to meet him.
So we're gonna get there. You know, I'm just like, I'm not trying to be like, you know, too aggressive off the bat. You know, like.
All right, he's your family, bro. You just show up.
I know, but like we've really kind of just recently started kind of hanging out like that. You know,
I feel it.
but no, it's a dope ass studio, so I'm learning a little bit about music, and I bought this thing called the RC505, and
That's what Mark Ribier uses.
yeah. Oh, is that how you say it? Ribier?
I guess I don't.
Fuck,
I mean,
what is it?
Okay, so it's
How did you just know that?
so it's a loop machine.
Oh, gotcha.
So it is made by Boss.
Yeah.
Boss makes it. So they make a bunch of loop machines that are foot operated for like people that are playing guitar, drums, like they want to do loops that way. And then one day somebody took that foot machine, but they used it on a desk as a beatboxing thing. And then Boss was like, "Oh, that's a cool idea." So then they made
Innovation.
So then they made the RC505, which is a loop machine, but specifically for beatboxing. You can use it for anything.
It's one for your hands.
Dude,
Okay.
it's insane. I'll show you guys one song this guy makes from scratch, and it's freaking nuts. And
yeah.
So
and also, I will show you a Mark Ribier thing later that you will think.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, you're gonna laugh your ass
dude,
clean
you,
off.
You know who it is. You probably have seen him. He's you've probably seen him.
Yeah.
But so I'm kind of wanting to do that because I went to a lot of like electronic shows, and there's just like, I know I have music in my head, but I have never been able to like find the thing to translate it.
Yeah.
You know. But sometimes I'm always just like kind of making noises with my mouth, and like I'm playing the track in my head. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping this will be an easy way for me to kind of lay
out.
something down as a concept, and then take it into like Ableton or something to refine it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your
that's
journey.
kinda-
Hell yeah.
that's
And then
kinda
you
what
can
I've
get
been on.
like one of those little intros that like it's a weird sound, but it's like you're just gonna be like ho ho, and then
Well,
the bass
you-
drops.
Well,
Well,
it should be Mickey Mouse, right? Oh, it's Mickey.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you use a microphone, and then so there's like 5 tracks, and you can do individual effects on each track, but then there's also master effects that you can lay over the whole thing. So you can literally turn your voice into anything: a drum, snare, bass, anything. You can turn your voice into anything.
Ooh,
Which you can do it in like DAW programs now. But,
I was gonna say I'm gonna send you a link to. There's this new.
but for that, you got to buy packs and stuff. But like,
There's a new plugin that if you beatbox into it, it'll play the drums the way you're beatboxing it. And if you do like bass, if you're like doo doo ba doo doo doo, it'll turn it into like a bass synth. And if you're like,
Yeah.
oh, and I want the keys to go ha ha ha,
Yeah.
and it'll just translate it straight into like
that's
the synth
how a
sounds
lot of
for
music
you.
is made. A lot of people like do that to like kind of like lay down a concept, and then they'll like
Scratch track.
Then they'll go back and refine it. So I think this will be a better way for me to, because like I tried, like I was like, okay, I'm good at editing, and I've seen like DAW programs. I was like, maybe I can just like draw out what I'm thinking, but it like that takes too long. You
Yeah.
know? So I'll get there, but this is a good starting point.
Well,
Did you go by Mickey Moustro?
Mickey,
Mickey Mouse.
that's a good one.
yeah, you
I
can't do
was-
Danger Mouse. It's already taken,
Right?
Is it?
bro.
Yeah. What?
Aww. Okay, well then
No, wait, no, it's Dead Mouse.
Well, it's Dead Mouse, but
there might be a Danger Mouse. I mean, I could see that.
am I thinking of Danger
But
Doom?
I Mickey Moustro sounds that's better. That's way better.
I believe somebody did a collaboration with Doom and they called it Danger Mouse. I would have.
Danger Mouse.
Ooh,
Danger.
Speaking
No, here it is. Danger Mouse. See?
of music,
Gang did a thing with MF Doom. They got the song Crosshairs.
Oh.
Benzie Box.
well then, dang it.
Sofa King.
But speaking of music, shout out to Vanessa Lopez Official on Twitch.
Hell yeah.
I was streaming last night and I got raided. I think we've raided her before too, but
She rated me back when for one of my music streams.
we should get her on a podcast. I feel like we've done a back and forth rating thing now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a DJ. She does like live music and like gaming, so it was really cool, man. I had like 400 people at one point.
Oh yeah.
And it was like unexpected. It was like close to 1 a.m. I was about to get off, and then 400 people entered, and I was like,
You got to do at least another hour.
I had to.
I would like to do one with her and with Noelle, because Noelle shreds. We used to raid Noelle a whole bunch back in the day, and she's got like a bunch of cool projects.
I still do if I ever see her on.
Yeah. So there was a YouTuber doing a prank. YouTube pranks are back in the news. There's a YouTuber doing a prank, and motherfucker got shot. So the prank was he was following this guy around the mall, and the guy was like, "Stop following me! Stop following me! Stop following me, motherfucker!"
Yeah, that's not grounds to shoot anyone. I think that guy probably is going to get in trouble.
Oh no, that guy's in jail. No, that is not grounds to shoot anyone. But my general consensus was, my general consensus was this: we live in America. We live in a tumultuous time. What do you think's going? Like, maybe don't fuck with people. I'm not here for the argument that everyone should have a gun, so that way everyone's nice to everyone, because that's dumb. If
everyone had guns, we have more of that situation.
Yeah, we would have literally more shootings. In fact, places that have more people with guns tend to have more shootings. Yeah, anyway, that's true. Justified or not, still gun violence. But like,
did he die or no?
No, he didn't die. He survived.
There are good YouTube pranks where it's like wholesome, nobody's inconvenienced,
and they're hilarious.
No one's hurt, and they're hilarious. Like, people are in on the joke. Like, there's a group of guys that are just, I don't know what city they're in, but they're in this like busy place, a lot of foot traffic, and they have a basketball hoop set.
Yeah, I saw those guys. Those guys are, I think they're in Paris.
Huh? Paris?
I feel like it's Paris.
So they'll just throw a ball to random people,
Yeah.
and then they'll make it, and most people miss it, and they'll rate it like out of 10. But the one person that makes it, they just go hype. They're like, and it's just like it's wholesome. You know, there's a lot of
This prank though, I need to know more about it, because like I had mixed feelings about it, because like if I was a guy, like you said, you should know by the times we live in or anything like that. Well, you should also know that there's a lot of YouTubers around, and this prank thing is just like
no.
You know,
No.
Let the man finish.
Like, and I'm just thinking, because like is he a big YouTuber? Because he's a big time YouTuber. Can you recognize him? Would you not know he's pranking you? Like, if you knew, like, you know how they did it back in the day. Ashton Kutcher did a show. It's like,
yeah, he only did it to celebrities.
Oh, yeah, I'd about to say it was only celebrities.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, but people, am I getting punked? Like, they knew is this happening? Like, whatever. Like, so like is he a small timer? Is he a big timer?
So
is he recognizable? Like, I'm just saying.
Pat, the biggest YouTuber on the platform is Mr. Beast, and he's got, I don't know, 110, 120 million subscribers. That's a third of the population of the United States. Most people in the world don't know who Mr. Beast is.
So I actually don't know.
So
what that
it doesn't
looks
matter how big you are. Like, most people, especially if he's following like an older dude around, he's not part of the YouTube culture.
Well, we also don't know who he's following around.
Most people don't know who most YouTubers are.
Hey, he was following around the wrong one.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like that. All right, listen. I totally understand.
Survived. It's okay. It's funny now
that you can do a prank, right? But you got to know that. Oh, the reasons me doing a prank could mean that I might get punched. Could mean that I might get stabbed. Could mean that I might get shot. That is literally the price to pay for doing a prank. Prank videos are cool and shit, but like.
But does it want to get you to shot?
No, I'm not saying he deserved it. I'm saying that if you do a prank where you go to the swamp to pat alligators, there's a chance you can get your arm bit off. That's just part of it.
What?
If you're like,
if I went to the zoo, I'm not expecting to get eaten.
Yeah, cool. But if you
swamp,
I said swamp. Fuck it. If you go to the zoo and you want to do a prank at the zoo where you jump over the wall and a gorilla beats you to death, that's what.
That's on me. That's on me.
If you do a prank where you're an asshole to people, you don't deserve to get shot or like.
But it's a possibility.
Well, you don't deserve to get shot or like be hurt, but you do deserve to get your ass kicked. Like,
where was the prank?
That's what I said. The guy should at least just punch him.
What
was the actual joke though? Because if you
the joke is that I'm following you and making you uncomfortable,
telling you not to.
Bro, is that the joke? That's a stupid ass joke.
Exactly.
It is. Like, that's not a good prank. That's not a prank to me.
Bro,
to me, you're just some dude following me around the fucking mall, and you might get your ass whooped. And I had a gun on me, so
right. Go to Florida and do that, and you will walk away scot free. Stand your ground, state. He was following me. I told him to stop following me. He was threatening me. He kept moving towards me. I popped his ass.
I can tell you the next prankster that's probably gonna get shot. I don't know his name, but this guy's whole shtick is he just goes up to random strangers. He's wearing a hoodie. He's got his arm in his hoodie, and he just goes up to people. He's like, "Hey, bro, my man sent me out here and said you wanted a 2-piece." And he just starts to start shit with him. And then as soon as it's about to pop off, he'll pull out like a chicken meat. Yeah. So it's like you're asking for it.
The dude Gideon does pranks with him too, and he was just on Philip DeFranco for he did a prank and he was wanted by the police station or something. And he like went out in front of the police station and like held a sign that said like L+ ratio, and like posted on Twitter. And it's like, look, bro, I get it. You know, this is funny pranks and shit, but you out here fucking with the cops. I'm not saying the cops have the right to shoot you, but I'm saying that when they do, you gotta like, I'm sorry. Like if you go around grabbing snakes by the tail and they fucking turn around and bite your ass, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. The snake shouldn't have bit you, but also maybe don't fuck with the snake.
There was a long time ago, and I don't know if it was like the Dobre twins, but it was some I don't know who it was. I think it was the Dobres, but I don't know. These guys pretended to rob a bank.
Oh yeah. And they got in like legal trouble.
Yeah, but I don't think anything happened past that because they were rich enough to probably get out of it. But like they didn't go to jail.
What? They were rich as fuck and they pretended to rob a bank.
Right. If I rob a Chase and then I'm just like, it's okay, it's my bank.
Oh my! These
No, they came running out the bank with like bags of money and shit. Like go.
Bags of money, like masks, like it was.
So they didn't hold anybody up.
Was it bags of their own money?
Well,
yeah, I don't know. It might have been fake money, but just they came out of the bank looking like they just robbed it.
So once again, hold on. I don't think they should go to jail for that.
Did they?
I don't remember what they got. You want me to look it up?
Bro, like if I didn't go inside the thing and like held anybody up or anything like that, and I just come out and like, ooh, I got ski masks and I got bag of money. It's just a little fucking prank. I'm gonna go to jail for that.
Well, the cops have arrested people for less.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
it was the Stokes twins.
Did they have weapons?
Yeah, it was some twins.
If they didn't even go inside the damn bank or anything like that,
you are demonstrating like.
Did they go inside the bank and say I'm fake robbing this? That makes sense.
They went in the doors and then they ran back outside. They didn't literally rob a bank. But you're portraying like non-safe things in public. Like you're making people feel unsafe.
There's people faking fake shoot like stuff and stuff like that. People like that. Come on.
Listen, they got the judge sentenced them, the twins, to community service and a year of probation for misdemeanor.
Okay, I thought you said they went to jail. Like
they should have.
Listen,
they absolutely should have.
I don't know about jail.
Yeah, I don't know about jail.
Because for all you know, I didn't take off my hat. And
no, bro, they were in ski masks.
Yeah.
Like they were.
Some people wear a ski mask for a hat.
They were as criminal as they could possibly look.
But they did not go inside the bank or anything like that.
They came out.
Them motherfuckers was criminals.
I'm just gonna say this, all right.
Were they stupid? Yes.
Holy shit.
If you black, don't go around pretending to rob banks, all right? How about that?
It's not for
How
me,
about that?
boy.
I'm telling you, niggas have got shot for less. Like this seems like one of those things where if my kid was doing this, I'd be like, "Are you okay? Do you have a death wish?
Oh my
you trying
God.
to die?" Because this seems like one of those things that'll get you killed.
Is it smart? No.
You know what my favorite prank is? There's a guy in New York or something, but he'll like ask people to like roll their windows down, like he's about to like talk shit, but then he'll just pay him a compliment, and then they'll, it's wholesome. And then there's another guy in his car that like he'll be in his car and people will be walking and he'll stop to ask them for directions. He's like, "Hey man, can I ask you something real quick? Can you tell me where the Inga is?" And he just says gibberish, and they're far away from the car and they just keep going, "What? What?" And they just keep coming closer to the car, and then they finally realize what's happening, and everybody laughs. It's a good time for everybody.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I do like a more clever prank than something that's like a hostage situation or something. Like I understand. These kids are gonna do their fucking pranks and shit. I'm just saying. I guess I'm old now. We used to drive around and yell at people from our window. And we would film it, and it was stupid. But like, it was never a moment where I was like, "Oh man, I'm really risking getting like bodily injured on some shit here."
I think the dumbest prank me and my friends ever did in high school, we went to a Wendy's and we ordered like $65 worth of food at the drive-thru, and then we just drove off.
It's not a prank.
I know. It was. I know.
Prank.
I know. I know. It was a dumb thing because like I'm pretty sure the guy realized he was like, yeah, okay, what else? Like he knew what that. And we drove up. And we were like,
Sitting there like fucking delete button.
Right? Cancel all those orders.
Stupid.
All right. Well, so this one is going to be one that Pat's going to have to sit out on. I'm sorry, Pat.
What?
Tears of the Kingdom is about to drop.
Okay.
Are you guys excited for this new Zelda game? Have you been watching anything about it?
I have not, and on purpose because I still need to play the first one.
Just finish
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
well, Surge has my copy, and I
Killer.
haven't played enough Zelda to call myself like a true fan. I feel like a poser, but yeah, I'm hyped for it because Breath of the Wild was incredible.
Breath of the Wild was one of my favorite
It's-
video games. Mickey let me borrow his, and it got me over my first bout of proper winter depression.
It is a very it's way more complex than you would think. Like just the cooking system, like just and like being able to like cut down trees and make bridges to go over places. Like it's way more complex than it looks. And the cell shading graphics. My favorite thing when I get into an open world game and you have to like go to areas to like unlock the map, like that's the first thing I do. I want the whole map. That's the first thing I did in Spider-Man when I played it is like I unlocked the map. Like let me see it. Let me see all
You know
of
what's
it.
funny? I try to clear out everything in the open area.
Oh,
Like just
started
like
going
side quests and stuff. Or?
Yeah, I would just clear it all up. So I'm
And
leveled up.
that's I'm the same way too.
Yeah.
I'm actually upset because Marquette is going to get to stream it, and I keep convincing in my brain. I'm like, we're going to need 2 Switches so we can both play the whole time.
should
I
definitely
Why
do
can't it
that.
be a couple streams?
Yeah, why can't it not be a couple?
I'm not.
why
No,
can't it be a
no. I'm not about to sit and watch Marquetta play one of my favorite games while I sit with my hands under my fucking
Well, you guys can't take turns. You guys can't take turns.
That's what love
You know
is
what?
for,
I'm an
Chris.
adult. How about Marquetta plays it on the stream and I play it on the Switch next to her at the same time?
no, I
We're
got-
not taking
You
turns. I
guys
want
are
to
one.
play.
If she plays, you play.
Chris, I have an idea. This would be a really great bonding exercise for you
Yeah.
guys. Okay, it's nunchucks are 2 pieces.
Stop it.
There you go. Left hand, right hand.
It's like you're trying to ruin the game for me ahead of time.
Switch it up. Hug yourself. Right hand around. You guys
Like,
can.
I love when Marquetta's at home. I can watch her play a game if I've already played it. Otherwise, I'm so frustrated. Like, no, we gotta go over there. It's like being a ghost. You know, like I'm just yelling and she's not doing. Like, don't you hear me? You gotta go check under that rock. You just gotta go. It's the most frustrating thing ever. It's like video game cuckolding, and I can't take it. I don't want to be a video game cuck. All right, I want to participate.
You want to participate?
That's all I want.
Oh shit.
Anyway, oh yeah, Pat, there's an Always Sunny thing you wanted to bring up.
Yes. So yesterday I felt like I was the only one on the couch and everyone denied it. And I want to bring this up because there's a whole Pornhub section dedicated to this.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh God.
Oh man, I am.
We're getting into porn.
Okay, here
Just
we go.
give me a second before you start to live in the world before you said whatever the fuck you're about to say.
I know where
All right,
he's
go.
going.
Let's hear it.
And it's wild.
So like here in the Mac, you know how you have you seen all the Sunny
I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen a lot of it.
have you seen second season?
No, y'all already on the second season?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's the episode's called Mac Bangs Dennis's mom.
Okay.
So what happens?
Do you
Dennis,
remember that one?
No.
So Dennis's mom comes on to Mac, and then Mac
Had sex with her.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like this, and everyone on the couch says they will never fuck their friend's mom.
That's not true.
No.
Everyone did.
Hey.
Wait, I'm sorry.
that's
What'd
not
you
what
just
I
say?
said.
What'd you just say?
Everyone on the couch pretty much said they would not fuck their friend's mom, and I was the only one that said I would. And I'm talking about.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't know.
So
I said I would.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, if she was hot, yeah.
If she was hot, that's what I'm trying to say. Because there's a whole porn section. You're telling me people don't fantasize fucking. And they gotta be. I'm not. None of you. Like, look, I like you guys as moms. They're cool.
Listen,
they're not
stop talking right there before we. I understand what you're getting at, but why don't you just shut the fuck up? How about that? You don't have to finish that sentence, Pat.
But I'm just saying, like, I've never had a friend that was hot mom, but like I would if there was a mom that was a hot mom and she came on to me. I don't think I would not go. I don't think I would say no.
If that happened, I would disown my mother and I would kill you. That's what would happen.
Both of those things. Jesus. In that order.
I've had two
Even
friends.
if your mom was single,
I would. That's fucked. Yes.
What if it's for her happiness?
What if your mom truly falls in love with Pat? Pat finally finally 100% is in a real relationship and is taking good guy. He's being a proper gentleman, proper adult.
Nah.
I feel like, Mickey, what would happen is
you
you would exile yourself to a ship.
Yeah.
You would go work on one of those crab
I would
boats.
just go somewhere else at that point. Yeah.
Like,
I would
no one's
still-
seen Mickey. He's on the show fucking deep sea crab divers. He had to get away.
I
Buddy went to space.
would still come at you hard enough to leave you with a permanent injury.
He said, I'm taking something with me.
Mickey owns enough guns to fuck you up.
And knives.
Hold on. I had a friend when I was younger, and his mom, still super good looking. I see her all the time. I see her like 2 or 3 times a year. And like he knew, like he would be like, don't talk about my mom, guys. When everybody would be like, bro, your mom is dumb fucking hot. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? If he's watching this right, I doubt he'll ever see it. If he does, he knows exactly who the fuck he is. He's a drummer. You know who he is. And his mom was hot and everybody agreed. And then like when we got older, she'd always be like out at the shows and shit. I'm like, oh, hey, Kyle's mom. Wow, said his name.
Kyle's mom.
Just like talking, like Jane, like, oh man. But like she's actually really, really, really nice. And yeah, she looks really good. And I mean, that was the thing. But like, I mean, everyone talked, but no one's, I mean, we all respected her. You know, I don't know. And then I had another friend who had just like a stupid hot mom who would only see occasionally. And I remember one time he was like folding up the laundry. And he was like, damn, is that your mom's panties? And he's like, you got to leave. And I was like,
He said, nope, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
It depends on the closeness of the circle, right? Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't bang a mom, but like, I wouldn't bang somebody's mom that I was like close with.
I'm not gonna bang. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna like. Exact. I wasn't thinking about banging your guys' mom. I'm thinking about like banging
an acquaintance.
an acquaintance's mom?
Yeah, MILFs are. I'll fuck a mom.
They're just women.
There's a whole porn up session.
In this scenario.
No,
in
no,
this
what you were saying.
Oh yeah,
is
no, but in
it's
the Always
okay.
Sunny scenario,
Yeah, in the Always
Dennis
Sunny
and Mac are
scenario,
best
yeah,
friends.
they're
Exactly.
best friends.
Those are like daily.
No,
I
you
see
can't fuck your
every
best
day.
friend's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't
if
gonna fuck my best friend.
If it's somebody on the outskirts of my circle, you know, that's different.
Is everybody right now thinking of a mom they would fuck?
I'm actually just
I'm
thinking
trying to
about
find a
Dennis.
hot mom
don't
to
know.
fuck. I can't think of a hot mom.
I don't know anybody.
Oh my God, I remember back in the day, Miss Ruthie.
Miss Ruthie.
Boy. Oh, Jenny knows. Jenny knows her mom. Jenny's mama could have got it any day.
Damn. You know what? I don't even feel like everyone's mom. I just really respect moms now. But you know, if I knew someone, maybe what we should do is, all right, listen, we'll start a Normies mentoring thing where we mentor young kids and then we can fuck their moms.
That sounds like some It's Always Sunny shit.
That way, we'll find hot moms closer
Yeah.
to our age. Okay, maybe like 10 years older at best.
This has to be an episode.
Chris, that's the best idea. Oh my God.
All right, we'll
Bro.
start Normies Camp. Please send your kids to our camp where we would teach them to be YouTubers and also fuck their moms.
Sweet.
It's the perfect crime. Oh my God. All right.
That's
Eli said, let me know if you need volunteers.
Eli's going to be the front runner. Like, Eli's going to teach you guys about
All right.
TikTok and podcasting.
Immediately.
Also used to be a bodybuilder. Where's your mom? You know what? Hold on. And also for inclusion, we'll get some of the gay homies too. They'll fuck their dads.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
There's dilfs out there.
Get some dad dick in you or whatever you need. Or
My mic went out.
Your mic went out? Your headphones. You probably unplugged them.
Oh, I was sitting on them.
Okay. Don't sit on it. All right. Changeling.
I
Man.
have been talking about this movie for weeks.
Yes, you have.
How come you guys can't wear this without it falling off?
But you have a
Hey, you have a hat.
You have a hat.
Helping
Yeah.
stabilize.
That has like grip.
Yeah.
Chris didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
And he reminded us twice.
Chris didn't watch it.
He called.
And
He
you know
messaged
what?
all of us.
You know what?
Yeah.
Here comes Chris.
Yeah.
I streamed till like 1:30 last night.
Yeah.
And then I've already seen the movie, so like, I knew what it was, but I wanted to watch it again.
Yeah.
So then after my stream, I watched like 45 minutes of the movie,
What time did you go to bed, man?
and then I woke up early to finish the rest of it.
All right.
That's how dedicated.
I'll fully admit, I'm a piece of shit. I got plenty of excuses for why I didn't do it, and none of those matter. I dropped the ball.
I want you and Marquetta to watch this movie. It's a really good movie.
Hell yeah.
It's really good.
Just
Yeah,
watch
you
the
guys
movie.
definitely like
You should probably leave so the movie don't spoil you.
No, he already read it.
I already read
it's
it.
a true
Oh.
story. We can talk about it.
Okay.
It's just
so
Which is
wild.
wild.
Yeah, it's wild as a true story because I didn't know it was a true story until like after I like looked it up, like to like read more about it. And I was like, "Fuck, this is real, bro." I think I've been ever so frustrated at watching something, and I almost broke things. Like like
I'm with you.
I was like, I just could not believe the incompetencies And all right, I'm going to preface this movie was amazing. It was good, but I just hated some of the people, the situations.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I used to like when I was growing up, I used to be like, "Hey, cops are good people. They're here for you. They're here to protect you.
Didn't we all?
They're here to protect you." Like I was raised to be thinking like that, and like they're here for you in their community, and they're out here to take care of you. And then like as I grow up and older, and then like talking to people and hearing about things, you just hear like, "Fuck the police!"
Yeah.
Like
So let's. I'm sorry. Go
yeah, I
ahead.
was like. They were more worried about how they looked than actually getting somebody.
Well,
We should give a rundown about the movie's about for anybody who hasn't seen it in the comments.
So we're talking about the movie Changeling, came out in
2008?
2008, starring Angelina Jolie, John Malkovich, directed by Clint Eastwood, so you know it's a banger. It's a true story. It took place in the late 1920s. And you got to keep in mind of like where America is at this time. Prohibition is happening. Al Capone's doing his thing. Like, you know, underground gang shit is on the rise.
It was also out on the coast, though, right? It's out in Cali.
Yes,
Yes.
this was in Los
Los
Angeles. This was in Los Angeles. So the police structure in the LAPD. It turns out the LAPD has been shitty since always.
Yeah, for
So-
since time.
So the police chief there was basically. It was just like openly corrupt. Like it was incredibly corrupt.
They're helping bootleggers and they're taking
Yeah.
bribes and shit.
So his policy was, we are not going to negotiate with criminals. We're just going to kill them. No trials, no nothing. So he picks 50 of his most violent officers and basically just assembles like a extermination squad.
Oh, you do know that they want two things to add context. One, they currently do have police gangs in LA right now that are also like looking to shoot people. They are literally gangs inside of LAPD and other California police and just police departments all across the country. They are known about, and there are people trying to handle it, but they can't. And the second thing is that the police department as itself was derived from where it grew out of is slave catching
slaves.
people.
Yeah.
So the people that were deputized and sent out to catch slaves, that literally is what transitioned into the police department. And it's to say that, not that the police department is racist because of those reasons, but the police department doesn't view its job as public safety. It's much more about managing people and also using violence to do that. And more often than not, protecting reputation and property than it is about protecting people.
So then where
It's kind of what the whole movie's about.
Yeah, so then where Angelina Jolie comes in, she's just, you know, average mom, single mom doing her thing. She leaves her son home one day because she's going off to work. When she comes back, he's missing. And he stays missing for 5 months. And then the LAPD finds her kid, only it's not her kid. And then the rest of the movie is...
They're just
Gaslight the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
it-
It
it's-
is legit
it's-
gaslight the movie.
Like, she ends up in a mental institution. Like, basically, like, the LAPD knew they were wrong, but they could not afford the embarrassment of being wrong. So they basically tried to bury this woman and gaslight her into believing that this was her son. She never did, obviously.
Season 1, Stranger Things.
Yeah, she obviously wouldn't have believed that. But luckily, there were some good people. Like, there was a really good lawyer, a reverend. So eventually, they fight the
Her doctor
system.
and the teacher, too.
Turns out there were a lot of kids missing, and there was a serial killer at the time that killed like 20 kids.
That's a lot.
And
It's a whole classroom.
And think about it at that time. There's no DNA system, no cameras, no cell phone towers. There's
You just got to
nothing.
not be there when the cops get
Yeah,
there.
and he's just out in the middle of nowhere. So it turns out it's just a very intertwined story, and it's beautiful. It's just
so good.
The guy who was hacking up kids had his nephew from Canada he forced him to help him
That's fucked up.
chop up kids, and that's when the kid was like, I think I probably killed like 20 or something.
So
like that.
if it wasn't for that kid coming forward, if it wasn't for the reverend being there, if it wasn't for the lawyer doing his pro bono thing, like, it's a movie worth watching, especially if you like period pieces. Like, I'm a sucker for period pieces. I friggin' love it. I love.
What are you, a vampire?
I love the attention to like, they're literally making a different time come to life on screen in a very convincing way. The costuming, the accents, the attention to detail, even the way they did the credits, man. Like, they just lingered on a shot of like this intersection where cars are passing by for like 30 straight seconds. It was just good. It's just a good movie. And yeah, I'm with you. I forgot how hyped this movie makes me because I also wanted to like jump through the screen and like start headbutting people. So there's two actors in this movie that were very unexpected for me. Do you know Garfunkel and Otis?
I don't know.
Chris?
The musician.
Yeah, they're like
Simon and Garfunkel.
No.
Hall and Oates?
No. Garfunkel and Oates. It's two women. They're like a comedy singing duo.
Oh.
So
no, I don't think I do.
So one of them was in it. She was like an orderly, and then you won't. So you know the prostitute that was in the insane asylum with her. I won't just keep that actress in mind because she's going to crop up somewhere very soon in the things that we're watching. And,
Nice.
and I won't tell you what it is.
Also,
What's her name? I'm gonna look it up.
No,
the guy, the shithead captain, the guy who brought this
Burn Notice.
Burn Notice.
Yeah, Burn Notice.
He's great. I really like. It's weird to see him in that role because in Burn Notice he's such a different.
Was he the main guy from Burn Notice?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it's just different to see him play that role, and I'm like, bro, you played just like he played really well to like hate him, and like he just. So the time you said is 1920s, and it was like the time they also. Like women right wasn't prevalent at all, and women were like treated not like kind of like they weren't treated as like equally as men. So like whenever they would talk, they would like I would not say they wouldn't believe them, but they would just think they're irrational.
Yeah, just kind of push them off to the side. They don't take women seriously because they don't need to.
So like, and they would just blame women things. So they said she's just being a woman, and I'm like, bruh. Like, how does that logically make sense?
I think there's nothing worse than people not listening to you. One of my like all-time fears is literally being like arrested under some shit I didn't do and just being like, oh, wrong place, wrong time, or oh, you just look like the guy, or like being put in like an insane asylum because like thank God now that there's like some checks and balances, but before it would just be like, oh yeah, like you're fucking crazy, or just being like, yeah, you did that, and that's why you're in jail. It's like, I didn't do it. There's still so many people. This is why I don't fuck with the death penalty off tops. There's still so many people, usually black and brown, who are like, I didn't do that shit. I didn't do that shit. And it'll be like, DNA evidence has turned up that 20 years later, turns out this person didn't do it, couldn't have done it, literally physically impossible. And they're like, that's what I've been saying, and they didn't have evidence on it. And then they get out of jail and are like, hey, sorry we had you locked up. Here's $500,000. And it's like, bro, like, what about my time?
My life is over, yeah.
Right? Yeah, like,
So,
what do?
A couple other details about this movie. When she is in the insane asylum, it's like you can't be in an insane asylum and be like, I'm not insane. Like no one's gonna. And the doctor knew that she wasn't. Basically, they kept her there and they wanted her to sign paperwork that said like, it is my son. I was wrong and the police was right. And they were like, you signed this and you're free to go. So they knew what they were doing. Yeah. But like you find out from some of these other women that are in there. Basically, the LAPD had the power to just throw women in this insane asylum without anything. And turns out, like the prostitute, she had a client that kept beating her up, so she complained about it, but the client was a cop, so she ends up in the insane asylum. There was a wife that was getting beaten. Her husband was a cop, so she ends up in an insane asylum. Yeah. So like that was one of the changes that this scandal was so big for this town, they had to change their name. Like
I saw that too.
Like,
in the thing.
It's called Mira Lima. It used to be called Mira Lima, California. It used to be called something else, and that's how big of a deal this event was.
I kind of find it wild that the police, as a whole, have continued to be problems like this, and we haven't had just giant reform.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I was thinking about.
Every time something happens, it's like this is nothing new. They've been doing this.
Well, and the thing is, like, they're so like such a fraternity, and like they care about their image so much that, and on top of like. They have so much like power. Like everyone knows the police is always going to be right. No one's going to go against the police.
Yeah, and I mean, there's also that whole thing too that like this goes for civilians and police in America. If the cops shoot you and you survive, the cops fucked up, right? Like no matter what, you could always be like, oh well, this happened, that happened. There's always more. If they shoot you and kill you, you ain't telling your story, and I was threatened for my life. And this is the same with like any of those stand your ground states or anything like that. Even in Indiana, if you pull out a gun and brandish it at somebody, you're gonna probably get in trouble. You're gonna probably get you're gonna get at least a misdemeanor. If you pull out a gun and kill somebody,
that's a felony.
You're gonna be good. That's a felony. Bad.
Pointing your gun is a felony.
You pull out your gun and shoot somebody, and you're like, I was threatened for my life, and I thought that person was gonna kill me. You can probably get away with it. And like this is a problem. This is like an institutional throughout everything problem. And like with the cops being to be like, oh well, we said this, they said that. Like, it's always going to be our word over theirs, and that's always been a thing.
And the lady was so lucky to have like the Reverend by her side, because like she could have just been gone in the same sign forever and never been able to come out. And the Reverend, like
John Malkovich kills her.
Yeah, that Reverend, like luckily she has someone in that corner, and I'm just like if this was anyone else, they probably wouldn't have like that Reverend.
Or how many times has it happened and it just gone untold?
And then luckily
that's what unravels throughout the movie. Like the squad that chief of police put together, it was literally called the Gun Squad.
Oh,
so anybody talking against the police, you're dead. Yeah. Like we're just killing you. And they ran the bootlegging, they ran all the underground shit. Like
they're just gangs, man.
They were gangs.
And you can draw the same line from that shit all the way to Old Boy and what was the book we read? We Ran the City. We Own the City. Yeah, you could draw the same line all the way from that to all the way to there, and it's continuing to be a problem. Like, I do want people to serve and protect, but I want them to actually do it, man. I just want this country to live up to the values that it's promised, instead of literally taking away people's freedoms in today's time and all the way back in the 1920s. And it's always some fucking minority, if it's women, if it's whatever, and it's just like, damn, dog.
But you know what? Like, the reason you like this movie is because the changes came about because people kept fighting, and it started with a few good people. But then the whole city is out in the streets, like, what the fuck is going on? And it was,
I mean, as you would be. Like, with how much evidence she had herself. Like, she goes
the doctors
back to
and the teachers.
I read the circumcision thing and was like, that kind of thing. Was a guy that can't
How can he be short?
His spine compressed because of trauma. And I'm like, bro, if I was that lady, God, there had to be at least a couple of moments in real life where she was like, am I fucking crazy?
And you know what?
No, I'm not.
And the thing is, like, for her, during that time, for a woman, she couldn't like lash out or like let her show her emotions or anything like that, because then they would just think, oh, she's going through her woman episodes, or like she's lashing out, and like they would hold that against her. But like, and she held herself like. During situation, she held herself so high in her regard. She didn't let her show her emotions. She didn't let it get the best of her. But you would not even blame her if she did, because she had every right to. But then they would still say that she was being like having that womanly episode.
Yeah.
It did not they contradict themselves so much.
Probably my favorite Angelina Jolie role.
Yeah, she killed it.
It was just.
Oh, what's even wild is the time hops after that. Like, it's. We find out that it's not the kid. Mm-hmm. He admits that he's someone else. He gets to go back to his real.
He wanted to meet his favorite actor in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ends up going back home to his real mom, and then we do like a 2-year time hop, and then finally get to find a kid that was there on the night, and they were all at the dude's house that was gonna kill the kids and all that shit. And her son helped him escape.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know if her son got out.
Yeah.
I mean, they never found him, so I'm assuming he got. He's dead. But like, it was a wild movie, and I'm glad I rewatched it, because I forgot how hyped it gets me, man.
Mickey, I'm gonna watch it this week.
It's so good.
I'm gonna do it. I would like to also point out too, as far as reform goes, because we should all fight for change. Go out there, vote, do your thing. Don't just listen to us. Go do your own research. But there's this great NPR / podcast thing about this dude who he's a rapper out in LA. He used to rap, like he was on like stages with Snoop Dogg while Snoop Dogg smoking blunts and all this and that. He'd been a rapper for a while, and then one of his buddies gets killed in LA by the cops, and so he decides he's going to do something. He's like, I'm going to join the police. I'm going to change it from the inside. And after he's been on the police force for so long, he ends up quitting, because he's like, this should indoctrinate you to become one of them. Like, they literally teach you so much. It's about like, you got to be able to come home alive. You got to be able to do this or that. And they're like, this is what people do before they shoot other people. Like, he started just viewing people eventually, like after doing the job for so long, he's like, you can't keep treating everybody like they won't kill you. Eventually you have to start treating everybody like they're going to kill you, because that's the only way that you're going to survive. And like, you get that mentality in your fucking head. And with so many guns in this goddamn country, that literally becomes like self-fulfilling prophecy.
Damn.
And like, so dude was like, no, I had to leave. Like, he was like... He's like, I started like profiling people and shit. He's like, I had to fucking go. Like, after, because if you're dealing with actual crime, you keep coming up against criminals. Eventually in your brain, you're like, everyone's a criminal. Yeah. I mean, fuck, if a cop followed me around for a day, he'd probably see me break 10 laws. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's just how it is. I can think
of several I broke this morning.
Right.
I saw all of y'all break at least 5 this morning, off top.
Yeah, this movie was so good. Obviously, like, if someone watches this, they're gonna see like the real evil being the serial killer. Yeah. In my mind, the real evil is the police force.
It's the system.
It's the system, because the serial killer, that's evil, but that that evil. You like that's that the police they're like they shouldn't be evil, but they're evil.
Hashtag accidentally woke.
So many like, and again, she's in the office, all the evidence, and he's like, maybe you just don't want your kid around. So it's like, what? I will kill you.
You're raising someone else's kid right now.
Right, like,
Hey, I personally do not believe I would have it in me not to commit violence. I would be like, I think I'm gonna do some violent shit, y'all.
all right, I'm about to become a criminal.
Right. By the time the lawyer comes into the picture, oh god, it was just there's a very satisfying court sequence at the end where he's just
Yes, that was so satisfying.
it's just man, it's good. Good.
He's got
It's a slow burn, but like the emotions you feel at the end, it's just good. It's just good.
I really feel bad for the kid though. That one kid. I was like, he's forced to kill people and bury him. I was like, man, I wonder what happened to him because
probably went to. I mean, probably
did he? Because was he released? Did he have to go to jail? Because I don't think he should be forced to go to jail.
There's no way he doesn't have to do some. Kind
Yeah,
of time
he's got to.
You're an accomplice.
Well,
But he was also but he was also like the guy said, "I'll kill you."
I know, but like
under duress, he's an account. Nah, the 50-50. It depends.
But
I think they've got to do some kind
But he
of.
literally like participated.
But I mean, like, gun to your head if you have to. I think the law literally.
The law
ends up
is sketchy in
becoming
those things.
the-
I think it's a case by case basis. But like,
I just hope the kid did after because he went through so much. I'm just hoping after that, like he was able.
What are you trying to say,
turn around.
Spidey?
I just feel like 20 kids is a lot, and it's still like second or third degree even.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
somehow,
you're getting slapped with
it was a
something.
degree of murder.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be like the dude in prison for the rest of his life that everyone loves and likes, and he gets to bring you laundry.
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
you're gonna get slapped with something.
Before we wrap up, one, sounds like a great movie. Two, I'm enjoying the movie clubs, and I'm thinking about adding an extra segment.
Ooh.
Also, I have a movie for next week and an initiative for the following weeks after. You guys are going to be excited for this, I hope. One, I think this week I'm gonna do talk with scheduling and talk with Pat and figure out a way to take Pat to the art museum and film some stuff because we've been talking about it and talking about like media literacy, and art is media, and I think that starting in there could be good and just kind of going through and checking out and like kind of all of us maybe going to the art museum would be super fun. And we can talk and discuss things and like just kind of see what we have to say. I think that'd be interesting and fun. And kind of an outside of our comfort zone thing that we usually do. We usually focus a lot on, TV shows and shit here. Two, for next week's movie, I have a interesting movie that I don't think a lot of people have seen that I want to watch with you guys. But then after that, I'm thinking the next 2 to 3 movies, just balls to the wall action movies.
Yeah, Expendables.
Think we're gonna lighten up a bit and see if there's anything to be further discussed. Pat's already put the Expendables on. All right, so we got one for the Expendables. I'm going to throw Demolition Man on there.
Yes!
Spidey, you want to throw any on?
Demolition Man.
I never got to
Spawn.
actually see Man on Fire. I was thinking Spawn.
Man on Fire is good. Man on Fire is good.
Let's go on a
get
Denzel binge.
Denzel.
That's so definitely Denzel binge.
Denzel in it.
Hey, hold on, Spidey, one more time. Pronounce it.
Denzel.
Denzel.
Is it Denzel?
He has come out to be
Denzel.
like, my name is pronounced Denzel. You've been
Denzel
calling me the
Washington.
wrong name for years.
Hey, I think the most
Terrell and Turrell.
one of the most underrated Denzel movies. Then
Yeah.
John Q.
Yes!
Yeah,
You know about John Q?
I don't think
Bro.
that's underrated. Like,
right.
does
Is it
John Q win awards?
Is it
No,
not?
I don't think that many people know about John Q because I didn't get to talk about John Q with anybody.
I mean,
so
if we
now-
go down, if we're doing Denzel, we gotta do American Gangster. We
I was
gotta
going to say Inside Man.
Inside
All
Man is
right,
so
hold
good.
on. I'm looking at the calendar
And it
right
starts
now.
with a
Inside
Bollywood
Man's
song, dude. Oh my
diabolical.
god, that's a great movie. Inside Man is fucking amazing.
That one's diabolical.
All right, so look. Here, this is going to be perfect. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to watch the movie I got suggested for next week. The week after that, I've taken this day off, so I won't be here for that one. But we'll put an action movie on that one, right?
All right.
And then let's do all of May. We'll just do Denzel. 1, 2, 3, 4. We each get to pick a Denzel movie.
All right. Bet.
Yeah?
Bet.
All right. And then that way we should have a little break. Anyway, before we get into all that, the movie I have suggested for next week is, and you got to watch it. Please, please, please. I'm going to make this up to you. I want to watch Under the Skin.
I've never heard of it.
Under the Skin.
It is a, what's her name? Not Natalie Portman. Nope. That's ScarJo.
Scarlet.
Scarlett Johansson movie.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, is this streaming? Because I don't want to be renting these movies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on. I saw it on. It's where we watched Ex Machina at. I watched those two movies together. They're in my mind. They're like a double feature. I'm going to strongly encourage you to watch it, especially because we're all straight men here, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think it's going to resonate. I think it's gonna resonate. We'll try to figure out what it's about. Here's the one thing I'm going to tell you right now to get you to watch this movie. All right, this is what's going to carry you through. Do you like Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
Is she hot?
Yes.
She's naked a whole bunch in this movie.
Mohondo.
A whole bunch.
Is it scary?
A little bit.
God.
Very lightly. That's all.
Like
No ghosts.
No ghosts. Okay.
No ghosts.
We.
Sweet. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really good podcast. And then we'll do an action movie. I might be able to come that Friday morning. Depends, because I'm going to Chicago. So if I can pull that off. And then, so that's it. How have you guys, and by you guys, I mean the chat, how have you guys been enjoying this movie club segment? Are you excited to see what's going on with the taking old boy over here to the old art museum? When's the last time anybody's been to the art museum?
Honestly, a while.
Been a while for me
I'm
too.
down.
Yeah, I need to go.
I'm guessing, or are we talking?
We're just gonna go to IMA.
IMA or Idle Yorg?
Oh, I'm actually going to Idle this weekend because there's a Dorothy Lange exhibit there, and she shot a lot of the Great Depression, and she also shot the Japanese internment camp, and she did such a good job at humanizing the people that we were putting in internment camps that the government was literally like, no one can ever see these photos, and then they were recently like unarchived a couple of years back.
Damn.
And it's great, and the book's great. And they were like, why are you humanizing them? Why are you making us look like the bad guys? And she's like, bitch, y'all putting people in cages. What the fuck you mean? Like, I'm just shooting what you told me to shoot. Anyway,
Yeah.
So we're not gonna go to Idle Jorg. We're gonna do the IMA because I think the IMA is a pretty good place to start. It's pretty good.
Very accessible.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. We're watching Under the Skin for the next movie. Please watch. Also, I hope you guys are all watching along with us on the movie club. The movie club is very fun when we all participate. And if you want to, dead serious, if you watch the movie next week, there is an NRA convention in town. Next week, please. We can do some call-ins on Discord if you watch the movie and you want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
We want to get you guys' perspective too. We are a community. I like you guys. Y'all are pretty cool.
too.
Johnny Blum, glad the police didn't kill you. Glad we have you around.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Play the outro. Stick around for the raid. Talking Normies Podcast.